Hey, so I'm still on our film and tourism conversation. And once again, Ezekiel Mutua, I'll say this for you. I totally appreciate why you caught feelings, because I didn't say anything that actually had not been brought up by Eugene Bogwa in that article in the Daily Nation in December 2016. I think your issue was I highlighted it. And I totally understand, but these conversations must be had. And to yourself, to KTB, to Brand Kenya, to the Kenya Film Commission, Mr. Chris Foot, the excuses just won't cut it. I'm sorry, guys, you're just not working. And I'll tell you why. Well, like I said, all the answers are in your selective organizations. They're sitting there on a dusty manila file. There was a report that was done under a task force. Heading of that report is film and tourism. On the first slide, it says, more focus on film to push tourism. Najib, pay attention. And happy birthday. Surveys have been done, most notably by KWS and KTB, that show that almost 70% of respondents based their first trip to Kenya on TV and film exposure. And I just want to pause there, because actually the same goes for us with any place we've ever wanted to visit. Whether that place was Croatia, Dubai, London, Paris, it's based on TV and film exposure. It's logical, the report goes on to say, to expand that same medium to capture larger share and other new markets. Impact on tourism. We all know what we owe. By the way, if you're as young as Babu or we know, you have no idea. But we all know what we owe to out of Africa. We have built our entire tourism industry on the back of it. By the way, it's time to tell a new story. And Najib Balala said this during his tourism forum. He said, out of Africa is done. It's time for a new narrative to come out of Kenya to shape the new crop of tourists we want. Okay? But somebody actually told me a lot of them made big bucks within the tourism sector just because of out of Africa. Ngong Hills, this was probably in 2015, 2016, was nominated as the most romantic film location in the world. Ngong Hills. I know, half of you are like, where? Because that was the scene in Out of Africa that most people remember. All I've done is share with you the first 2 slides of this report. It exists. And somebody told me something very interesting a couple of years ago when I was first asked to sit on a parastatal board. I was told, find the reports on your sector, because the government of Kenya has the best. When the government of Kenya has to do a research, complete with findings, and then there is what we need to do, the government of Kenya doesn't joke. It's only the best who are hired to do the work. Remember, we always used to talk about the fact that, oh my God, all these roads that Mwai Kibaki is building, those plans were written a long time ago. Yes, your job is to go, look for a report, go and start implementing. So I'm not telling you something you guys don't know. My challenge to all of you is this. I don't want to hear about South Africa or Tanzania or Mozambique or Malawi being a preferred filming destination. Preference my big toe. What have we done to sell ourselves as the preferred filming destination to these people? You can't say, unajua, even though wanakuanga, even though wanataka. Have they sampled what we have to offer? Have we made the effort? Without doing that whole thing of what's in it for me. Have we? Because if we haven't, I suggest you stay off Twitter, get into a room, and start finding ways to sell this country as a preferred film and documentary destination. And we can start with Spring Summer Collection 2019. Oh, by the way, I'm not crazy. When I say 2019, 2020, I know. I know how government works. I know how many committee meetings must be held, full council meeting, ratifying, sending it, do that. When I come back in about 2 weeks, I'll have looked at the current bill. There's a policy being drafted, and then we'll talk about it. And as for our friends who are referred to very unkindly by Miguna, simunisaidia hapa bwana. Tafuteni your report, I can leak it to you, Kenyan style, and then you publish it. Look for me. Yeah?